Alexei shifted himself, once again for the 100th time, prone on his belly in the cramped tunnel. A steady drip of pheromone rain fell into his face, making him dizzy with anxiety. The 3 million credits offered for a sample of hellkite jelly suddenly seemed like an inadequate compensation. "We have to keep going," he heard the expedition leader, stuck in the sticky substance next to him. He looked aside to Sage, though he knew he would see her dead eyes staring back at him. It was her voice, but not her. The rain condensed in a cloud before him, and he didn't even feel the blade-like tongue as it excised his brain. I have decided to start a little flash fiction series inspired by Matt Rigsby's of the Bad Spot Tales of the Drift that he did for his Starforge series. I decided to do something similar with my Mothership series. I'm calling mine Distress Signals, and what I will do is roll on some oracles and then write a 200 word or less small bit of flash fiction to share with you at the beginning of every episode. Today's oracle rolls were Oppose, Hope, and Troubling Visions. I was also inspired by some of the lore around the Hellkites, which have made an appearance in the series a few times already. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of flash fiction, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this episode. Hello, welcome back to another Mothership solo adventure following the story of Devon, Valentine, and Cade Zachary. I am DV, your humble GM and adventurer, and we are going to be following what happens next in the story of Devon, Valentine. Last episode, we went to a comm relay station and tried to repair their comm relay, only to find that we did not have the parts to do those repairs, and they clued us in to an autonomous delivery ship that we needed to intercept and pilfer parts from, and that's where the story will pick up from. Okay, so we're going to roll 1d6. It is the DFX Deep Forge Experimental 3749. Sure, why not? We'll just use that. DFX 3749 is its code number. Okay. It is fully autonomous. We're not even going to hail it when it comes through. We're just going to see if we can secretly dock with it. What do we see from our first look? 74. Prominent guild emblem. So we see on this DFX 3749 the prominent Green Star Logistics emblem on there. So definitely see that we have the right ship. Can we approach the ship without being seen? 50-50% chance. 29 is a no. They do see us. And so they send out a broadcast to us, and it basically says something along the lines of, "Notice to dropship," and then it says our transponder number, mad refuse. "Do not approach or you will be reported to Green Star Logistics," and it's all an automated robot voice. "Do not approach, mad refuse, or you will be reported to Green Star authorities." And so that's fine. We are already in trouble, right? So we don't care about that. So we are going, it's not armed, right? It's a jump liner. They're typically not armed. So we are going to fly up to the ship and try to use our umbilical to dock with it. Are there any sort of automated defenses to keep us from docking? Like, sure, there's probably no weapons, like outboard weapons, but are there like some point defense weapons or things like that? I'm saying it's probably likely. Probably likely. Over a 25. Yes, there are point defense weapons. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use Cade's piloting skill, and we're going to see if he can maneuver in such a way that he can get us docked without us taking damage. All right, so we're going to do speed plus piloting. 97 failure, stress gained. Dang. Ooh, dang it. All right. So as we're trying to approach the ship, the point defense weapons track us and they begin to fire upon us. And the hull of our dropship is, of course, not meant to sustain fire, but it is basically the same thing as a small arms fire. And so they the bullets pierce through our thin skin of our dropship. And let's see what happens inside the ship when that occurs. Ah, here it is, mega damage. Okay, so we're going to roll a 1d10. We'll do this one on the left. A 2, weapons offline. Automatically fail battle checks. Well, we don't have weapons inside of the dropship, so I think that's okay. So the bullets pierce through our hull of our dropship, but it doesn't appear to hit anything of vital function. And we're finally able to get close enough to dock with the ship in such a way that the guns can't train themselves onto the dropship any further. We're too close to it. They can't gimbal in such a way to bring themselves to bear. And so we're going to have to use the umbilical once again. And Cade is a little bit hesitant to join me because he's afraid that the dropship, that we're going to have to make a hasty run for it. But Cade is going to try to convince him, like, no, we both need to go in there because who knows what we're going to face inside of this ship. You know, we know it's autonomous, but there could be defenses in there of some sort. And so I'm going to need your help as much as possible. So can he convince Cade? We're going to say it's likely that he does, but we'll see. 26. I had to get greater than a 25, so we got a 26. So we're barely able to convince Cade that he should join us inside of this inside of this jump liner. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dock with the jump liner, and we're going to do something similar to what we did with the station. We'll roll some rolls to see what rooms are what, and then we'll also see what we get for each one of the doors. We'll say we'll do a d6 as well. There we go. We're going to roll. We got a 6 and a 6. All right. So for the first room, a 6 and a 6 is the engine room. We dock in a access point to the engine room, and there are 6 exits in this engine room. So wow, that's a lot of exits. So this jump ship obviously is on layers instead of just a straight shot through. This says there's 1d5 squatters, but instead of 1d5 squatters, we're going to say that there are automated defense systems there. So we'll say they are turrets inside this engine room that are basically, searching for targets. So we're going to see if we can sneak in. I'm going to say it's unlikely, but we have to get greater than a 75. Can we sneak past the turrets? Greater than 75. Yes, and it's 88. Whoa, super hell yes. All right, fantastic. So we sneak into this engine room, and we can see there is a automated defense turret here. And since we have such a good roll, we're going to say that not only were we able to sneak in, Devon is able to access a terminal and turn off the defenses in the ship. So that's a fantastic find there. Okay, so we log on to a terminal there, and he is familiar enough with how these systems work that he's able to shut down automated defenses. Now that doesn't mean that there's no androids that are patrolling the place, but the automated turrets that we might find are going to be completely offline now at this point. All right, so we're in an engine room here, and we're going to see what we can go up, we can go down, we can go left, right, or forward. That's basically our choices. So let's go up first. And when we go up, what do we see? A 4 and a 1. A command module. Sorry. Life support. Non-repairable. Okay. So it's just a life support there, and there's nothing in there. Let's see. There's a 1 on my 1d6. That means there's nothing, no peril, no opportunity in there. So it's just basically some machinery that is used for life support. I guess in the case that there are people on the ship, they wanted to have the ability to turn on life support. Oh, are there parts in here that we can salvage? Maybe we can get all the parts we need without even having to find a bunch of crap. Let's see, are there any parts in this life support that we can salvage and use to repair the station? I mean, why search through the whole ship? We'll just check every single room. Yes or no, 50-50%. Got to get bigger than 50. 25, no. Okay, so there's nothing there. So we're going to go back through the door there. We don't see anything in there. We're going to go through the lower exit of the ship. Let's roll again. We got a 2 and a 4, which is a med bay. 1d10 first aid kits and 2d10 stim packs. Wow, this place is really stout. All right. Is there a peril here? Yes, there is a peril. It is another autonomous gun set up in the... well, let's see. Is it an autonomous gun that has already been disabled? Yes or no? 50-50% chance. 43. No, it's not. Oh, no. Is it an android? Yes or no? No. What is it? Let's find out. What's the peril? The peril is a sentinel. Okay. So, fine. I asked if it was an android. It said no. It's a sentinel of some sort. Maybe it is a doctor robot. But that it notices us poking around in there, and so it activates, and it basically accosts us and says, "Intruder, you are not on the crew manifest." And so it's going to, I guess, try to stop us. And so it starts coming out of its little charging bay. It steps out of its charging bay and starts walking towards us with its hands outstretched. It doesn't have active weapons, but it obviously can grapple with us. And so Devon is just going to blast this thing. He's just going to freaking blast it with his laser cutter. So we're going to roll combat 45. Yes, 19. So he uses his laser cutter for 1d100 damage. He shoots, and he does 20 damage to this robot, which completely blasts this thing. And so now we're down to 6 shots, down to 5 shots with our laser cutter. Good job, Devon. All right. Fantastic. So he shoots this medical doctor with that laser cutter, and it just completely slices him in half, and he falls down into pieces. All right, so we got some med kits and some stim packs. Let's go ahead and just grab a couple of stim packs for ourselves. We've already got a first aid kit. We'll grab a med kit as well. So 2d10 stim packs. That's 5 stim packs. So now we got 6 stim packs because we already had 1. And 1d10 first aid kits. It's a 7. Whoa. Dang. We're going to go ahead and take all of them. And we'll just haul them back to the original room that we were in. We're not going to put them all into our pack because that'd be carrying too much. But hopefully we can use them to restock our ship. Fantastic. Okay. So now that we got that med bay taken care of, let's go through the other exit and see what we see in there. We got an 8 and a 6. 8 and a 6. A barracks. A fight between 2d10 scavengers and crew members of the ship's original crew. I don't think so. Well, I'm trying to keep it in the same vein of, like what we have going on. This is an autonomous ship. I don't think it's under attack from other people besides yourselves. So we'll say it's a barracks, and we'll say there are 2d10. So that's 13. There are 13 cryo chambers here, all full of, well, let's say how many of these 2d10, how many of these 13 cryo chambers contain people? 10 of them. All right. 10 of these cryo chambers contain people in stasis. So, wow. All right. Is there anything in this barracks that we can use as an opportunity or peril or otherwise? There is a peril here. All right. So let's roll for the peril. 68. Signs of unwelcome invaders. Oh, no. A sealed door or hatch that blocks access. Okay. So there is a room leading off of this room with a locked door. Okay. Do we want to try to unlock this lock, or do we just go back the way we came? Let's just say that this is locked. So we're just going to head back the way we came and go through the last door out of that initial area and see what we can find through there. And if we have to come and try to unlock this door, we will. But let's go back and roll once again through the initial 3 and 6. 3, 6, a cargo hold. All right, so this is a cargo hold. Let's see what kind of cargo there is. Page 9. 83. Pets. What? There's just cages upon cages of pets, and they're little cryo chambers, like little miniature cryo chambers, and all of them contain pets of different varieties: birds and fish and cats and dogs and some sort of unknown creatures that we're not familiar with. Probably some sort of other worldly life that Devon and Kate are not familiar with. But it's all pets. And I don't think we're going to take any of these pets. We're just going to leave them as is. Okay, so we're going to go and see how many rooms. Let's see, there's 4. So that's 4 doors off of this place. All right, let's check the next room and see what we get. 5-3. 5-3. Another habitat area. Okay. Another habitat area with a weapons cache. So let's look on this weapons cache. What'd we get? 68. An oilcloth wrapping contains a rigging gun ×2, tranquilizer gun ×4, and another book. A guide to big game hunting. Manful Conquest. Oh, man. Okay, well, do we want any of that stuff? I think we might take this tranquilizer gun. Got 4 shots in it. That might come in handy. So I'm going to take it. All right, so inside of this place is there any equipment we could use to repair the dish? I forgot what that was, what we were even here for. I was just searching through this place all willy-nilly. Is there anything in here, 50% chance, got to get greater than 50. Is there anything in here we could use to repair the communications dish? Yes! Yes, there are. So there are some parts in here that we can salvage to repair the communication dish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mechanical repair roll, which is a 56. If we get lower than a 56, we'll get all the parts we need from this room. Lower than a 56. An 8, yes! So we get the parts, we're able to harvest the parts that we need. We find some different circuit boards and display boards and things of that nature that we can use to patch in and repair the communication dish back on the Night Out station. And so we carefully gather up all of the loot that we found. We got the 7 med kits, we got all the stim packs, we got that synthetic hand. Oh wait, that was at the other place. We got this Trent gun with 4 shots. We got the Origin on Earth book. Wait, that was at the other place as well. But we got lots of stuff here that we can bring back. There was some other stuff we could have brought with us, but I think we're probably pushing our luck here with what we have, and I don't want to tarry too long. And so we're going to go ahead and egress away from this station. Can we egress away without the point defense weapons attacking us? It's unlikely, I'm going to say once again. And so we have to get greater than a 75. Ooh, 13. We do not. So once again, we undock with the umbilical, and Cade starts to try to make evasive maneuvers to see if he can get away from the fire of the point defense weapons. Can you do it, Cade? Come on, good piloting. Success! Yes! Alright, so Cade's able to maneuver the dropship in such a way that the gunfire is spraying from these point defense weapons, that we are able to egress away and get out of range of those shots without taking any further damage to our dropship. And so we safely make it back to the Night Out station, and we dock back with them, and we tell the people the good news that we are able to repair the station. And together, between Devon and the mechanics, they all work together, and they are able to repair the dish and do just enough repairs to the station to get it operable so that they can request help from Nicole. And we'll also tell Nicole when we get back that they need some additional supplies and maybe some additional manpower to help get them back into good condition. Alright, so we are going to head back to Siesta 3 then. Let's go ahead and roll one more time on an encounter table to see if anything happens on the way back. We got a 17, which is a catastrophe. Oh no! Catastrophe happens. Oh, why? Why a catastrophe? Alright, so let's see what spaceborne peril we encounter here. 73. Sabotage is revealed. So, as we're flying away, Cade notices something strange happening in his terminal. He sees that our ship has been broadcasting a secret signal. Someone in Siesta 3 tinkered with the dropship, and they implanted this tracking device. And so the bounty hunter is going to gain 2 additional steps towards finding our location, because it has been broadcasting secretly coded message. And so Cade and Devon both work to resolve this. We're going to use Cade's hacking skill Is he going to try to do a hacking save? Computers plus intellect. And he fails. It's 1 stress gained. He's able to go ahead and disable the signal, but unfortunately the damage has already been done, and they know that we are in the Joy system, and they are that much closer to finding us. That is now a 9 out of 10. Holy cow, the bounty hunter is going to find us. Holy crap. Okay, so we make our way back to Siesta 3, and we tell Nico about everything that happened. And we are going to try to get some money for some of this stuff that we found. So we got these stim packs and med kits. Do we want to sell any of that, or we just want to keep it? Might just keep it. So we already had a first aid kit, and I guess that's the same thing as a med kit. I don't see a med kit. Oh, we should have got that med scanner. Freaking 8,000 credits for that. Wow. Interesting. Well, we didn't know, so that's too bad. Well, we got some first aid kits, and we got an additional 7 of them, so we'll just say 7. So we'll just say they give us 500 credits for that, for those extra med kits. Oh, that's something. We're going to keep the extra weapon and the extra stim packs and the synthetic hand, of course. If we can find a medical base, we can use that synthetic hand to replace my fingers for Devon. Okay, that's great. So Nicole is happy that we were able to resolve the issue on the Night Out station, and she goes ahead and agrees to allow us to stay on the station for free, basically, for we'll say the next week, and then we'll have to do another job for her in order to, well, I guess maybe on a week-by-week basis we can stay here, and we'll get free fuel, free room and board. As long as we're doing jobs for her, we'll get free fuel. If we're doing jobs for ourselves, she'll give us fuel for a half cost. But yeah, that's great. We will remove those med kits from our inventory. All right, so we got the med kits taken care of. Bounty Hunter is hot on our trail, and we know that we're going to have to do something soon to... we didn't do anything to increase any of our objectives today. We only were able to build a relationship with Nico, but that's okay. We needed to do that. So, but I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. If you did, be sure and hit that like button, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.